Welcome to Learning with UNP. In this session of Business Intelligence with Power BI, we will learn about logical functions that includes if, and, or functions. Logical functions are used to evaluate conditions in your data and create new columns or measures based on the outcomes. They are essential for implementing dynamic logic in Power BI. Think of them as the decision makers in your data model. These functions help us answer questions like: does a customer meet specific criteria? Should we classify a record into a particular group? Can we create logic that dynamically responds to changes in the data? For instance, you might want to assign categories to customers based on their purchase behavior, or create rules to identify high priority transactions. Logical functions make such tasks simple and efficient. Today, we'll focus on three commonly used logical functions. They are: if function. It is used to evaluate a single condition and return one value if it is true and other if it is false. And function. It helps us evaluate multiple conditions and checks if all of them are true. Or function. It evaluates multiple conditions and checks if at least one of them is true. Understanding these functions will allow us to build smarter and more dynamic models in Power BI. Now let's dive into each function, starting with if function. The if function evaluates a condition and returns one value if the condition is true and another value if it is false. It's like asking a question: if it is true, what should I display? Otherwise, what should I display? Now let's execute this. Currently we are in report view. Let's go to table view. Let's select Maven Market Customers table. On the ribbon under table tools, let's click new column. In the formula bar, I'll start typing if. Tab. Notice how Power BI gives you a tooltip showing the parameters it requires. Logical test. The logical test checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if it is true and other value if it is false. It is basically used to evaluate the condition. Result if true. What should be displayed if the condition is true? Result if false. What should be displayed if the condition is false? Now let's create an example. In the Maven Market Customers table, we have gender column with values F, which stands for female, and M, which stands for male. Let's say we want to create a new column that replaces these abbreviations with the full words like female and male. Here is how we do it. Let me choose Maven Market Customers table. Click on new column. Since we already have a column named gender, let's name this column as gender ref. That means gender reference. Underscore ref. Let's type if. Here we have the option, hit tab, bracket automatically opens. We have gender column in Maven Market Customers table. Gender. Here we got the column. If gender is F, return female. Else return male. Close the bracket. What this formula does is, it checks if the value in gender column is F. If it is true, it returns female. If it is false, it returns male. Hit enter. So here we can see a new column named gender ref, and let's check whether it is giving us the correct output or no. Come to gender column. In the drop down, click on select all and only select F. Click OK. Now it must show us all female values in the gender reference column. So if you can see here, we only have all female values. In order to validate it, click on gender ref, click on the drop down. If you can see, there is only female highlighted here, which means it is working properly. Click OK. Let's clear all the filters. Click on the column, click on drop down, select clear all filters. Now the data is back to normal. Now let's talk about the AND function. The AND function evaluates two or more conditions and returns true only if all the conditions are true. Let's execute this. Let's again go to table view. Click on Maven Market Customers table. Click on new column. In the formula bar, let's start typing AND. Hit tab, the bracket is open. Power BI is showing us the parameters. Logical 1. It is the first condition to evaluate. Logical 2. It is the second condition to evaluate. If you can see here, we have a column named member card in Maven Market Customers table. The values in the member card column are bronze, golden, normal, and silver. And as we already discussed, in the gender column, we have values named F and M. Let's say now we'll create a column that checks if a customer's member card is bronze and their gender is F. In order to execute, Let's click on Maven Market Customers table. Click on New Column. Let's name it Valid Bronze Female equals to, let's type and hit tab, the bracket is automatically opened. We have member card column in customers table, so type for member card, it is automatically shown. Hit tab and we are searching for bronze value in member card column. So let's type bronze, comma, and we are also searching for F value in gender column. So let's type gender, it's giving us gender column. And we want it to search for F value. Type F, close the bracket. What this formula does is it checks if member card is bronze and gender is F. If both conditions are true, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Enter. Let's again validate the results by using those filters. In gender, click on drop down. Click on gender column, click on drop down, click on select all and only select F. Click OK. In the member card column, click on drop down and only select bronze. Click OK. You can see here all the values are true in valid bronze female column. Let's again validate it. Click on the column, click on drop down and all the values are true. Let's again clear all the filters back. Finally, let's discuss the OR function. The OR function is similar to AND, but it evaluates multiple conditions and returns true if any one of the conditions is true. Here is how we execute it in Power BI. Let's go back to table view, select the Maven Market Customers table, click on New Column. Let's start typing OR. Hit tab. Power BI is displaying the parameters. Logical 1, the first condition to evaluate. Logical 2, the second condition to evaluate. For our example, in the Maven Market Customers table, we have a column named Total Children, which contains the value as number of children a customer has, starting from 0 and ending till 5. Now let's create a column that checks if the customer has either 0 children or 1 children. In order to do that, click on Maven Market Customers table, click on New Column. Let's name it as has 0 or 1 child equals to, type OR, hit tab. Total children column is present in customers table, so search for total children. Here we have the option, hit tab, equals to 0, comma, we are again searching for total children column, so type it. Here we have the option, hit tab, equals to 1, close the bracket. So what this formula does is it checks if total children is 0 or 1. If either condition is true, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Hit enter. So if you can see here, the values in this column are false and true. Let's validate it by using relevant filters. Click on Total Children column, click on the drop down, click on Select All and only select 0. Click OK. You can see all the values are true. Let's click on it. Click on the drop down. All the values are true. Now let's say we choose the values other than 0. Let's say we choose 2. Click OK. If you can see here, the values are false. Click on the drop down and the values are false. Now let's check for value 1. Click on the drop down, select 1, unselect 2. Click OK. If you can see here, all the values are true. Let's clear all the filters. To summarize, the if function helps us evaluate a condition and return values based on whether it's true or false. The AND function evaluates multiple conditions and returns true only if all are true. The OR function evaluates multiple conditions and returns true if at least one condition is true. These logical functions are crucial for creating dynamic calculations and logic in Power BI. Control S to save the changes. This is all about today's lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.
If you have enjoyed these lessons and want to take your learning to the next level, I invite you to join our live Mastering Business Intelligence with Power BI course. In the live sessions, you'll get to interact directly with expert instructors, work on real-time projects, and receive personalized feedback to accelerate your career. Plus, you'll also gain access to exclusive job updates and opportunities through our LMS to help you land your next role. Don't miss out. Spots for the upcoming batches are limited. Visit the link in the resources section for more details.